Hello, Brady family. After a long period of darkness in the upcoming episode of Days of Our Lives, Shawn Brady receives a phone call from his mother, Hope, delivering the news he never thought he'd hear. Bo Brady, the father he believed would never wake up again, is showing signs of recovery. It's the first true glimmer of light after what has felt like an endless period of despair for the entire Brady family. The burden of a mistake. It all began during a trip to Greece, where a tragic misunderstanding turned into a devastating event. In a split-second decision meant to protect his mother, Shawn accidentally shot Bo, thinking he was a threat to Hope's life. What Shawn didn't realize was that Bo had already begun to free himself from the clutches of mind control. Despite Hope never uttering a word of blame, Shawn was consumed by guilt and shame. Bo fell into a coma. One of Salem's guiding lights was extinguished. Hope, ever the strong matriarch, endured the heartbreak in silence. Her spirit breaking more with every passing day, she watched her son fall deeper into an emotional void. The Brady household grew eerily quiet, not from peace, but from profound sorrow. Every corner of their home echoed with memories of what once was. Shawn's torment was relentless. He replayed the moment in Greece over and over in his mind, searching for any sign, any clue, anything that could somehow undo what had been done. Hope, with all the grace and compassion in her heart, never placed the blame on him. But forgiveness from others often means little when you cannot forgive yourself. Flickers of life. There was a moment, brief, almost imperceptible, when the tide seemed like it might be turning. At Doug's funeral, Bo moved ever so slightly. A twitch, a small spasm, barely a sign, but enough to stir a fragile hope. The Brady family didn't dare believe. Hope had become a delicate thing, too easily shattered by disappointment. Until now. In the April 25th episode, something extraordinary happens. Hope calls Shawn with news that could change everything. Her voice trembles, not with fear this time, but with cautious joy. Bo is showing signs, not just subtle reflexes, but real, measurable signs that he's waking up. For Shawn, the moment is almost too much to bear. It's like a breath of air after being submerged for too long. The news breaks the chains around his heart. His father, his hero, the man he thought he'd lost forever, is coming back. Redemption and reunion. If Bo's awakening is confirmed, it will mark not just a medical miracle, but a spiritual turning point for the Brady family. The guilt that has clung to Shawn like an iron shackle may finally begin to loosen. The quiet, unspoken wounds can start to heal. And Hope, who has weathered more loss than most people ever will, may once again hold the love of her life in her arms. But the implications go far beyond the core family. Jada, reeling from her recent breakup with Rafe, may find herself unexpectedly drawn into Shawn's redemptive journey. Shared pain creates an unspoken bond, and sometimes two broken hearts can find solace in each other. Whether it blossoms into something new or simply serves as a source of strength, it adds another layer of emotional depth to this ever-evolving tale. Bo and Hope, the long-awaited return. Fans of Days of Our Lives have waited patiently and at times impatiently for Bo and Hope to return. In May, their patience will be rewarded. This iconic duo will reappear on screen, and their return won't be quiet or subtle. Expect emotional earthquakes, plot twists, and the kind of dramatic storytelling that has kept this show a beloved staple across generations. But this isn't just fan service. Bo and Hope's return is meant to shake Salem to its foundation. Their story will reweave the threads of numerous characters, forging new connections, revealing long-buried betrayals, and reigniting romances thought long lost. Their presence will serve as a catalyst, not just for healing, but for transformation. A symbol of love, forgiveness, and new beginnings. Bo Brady's awakening is more than a plot device, it's a metaphor. It's about second chances. It's about the idea that even when we make mistakes we can't take back, even when the pain feels too deep to overcome, life can still offer redemption. For Shawn, it's a lifeline. A chance to look his father in the eyes once more, to explain, to apologize, and maybe, just maybe, to hear that he's forgiven. For Hope, it's the miracle she's never stopped silently praying for. A chance to embrace the man she loves again, not in a dream, but in broad daylight. And for the audience, especially longtime fans, it's a reminder of why they fell in love with Days of Our Lives in the first place. This show doesn't just tell stories. It tells truths about life, that love is messy, that family is complicated, and that sometimes the hardest battles are fought within the heart. The future begins now as this new chapter unfolds. It's impossible not to feel the emotional tide rising just beneath the surface. Bo Brady isn't simply returning from a coma. He's bringing with him a wave of memories, a storm of emotions, and the possibility that some things, even the most broken, can be made whole again. So when the phone rings and Hope's voice trembles with the weight of the news, we won't just be witnessing a turning point for one family. We'll be witnessing the dawn of something new, something sacred. A rebirth not only of one man, but of love, of hope, and of everything that makes Days of Our Lives a heart-wrenching, soul-stirring epic. Bo Brady is back, and with him comes the light after the storm. Bo and Hope Brady return to Salem, a new chapter, or one final goodbye. The long-awaited return of Bo and Hope Brady has electrified fans of Days of Our Lives. As one of the most iconic couples in soap opera history, their presence in Salem feels like the return of royalty. But as the excitement settles and episodes begin to air, one question looms large. Is this a permanent homecoming for Bo and Hope, or simply a powerful story arc designed to honor the show's past and stir up its present? Why Bo and Hope are back now. The return of Bo and Hope is not accidental, nor is it purely nostalgic. Their comeback is timed with several key events in Days of Our Lives history, namely, the show's 60th anniversary and a major transitional period in the writing team, as new head writers step in with a renewed focus on romance, legacy characters, and emotionally driven plots. Bo and Hope are the perfect vessels to reintroduce these themes. Bo's story is particularly poignant, having been in a coma since 2023 after a tragic misunderstanding involving his son Shawn. His awakening symbolizes more than just a plot twist. It represents redemption, second chances, and healing old wounds. Meanwhile, Hope's presence offers stability, strength, and emotional depth. She's not just Bo's partner, but also a cornerstone of the Brady family, a moral compass in a world often spinning out of control. Their return offers the show a powerful way to explore family, forgiveness, and legacy at a time when younger generations of viewers are discovering the show alongside longtime fans. Will they stay in Salem forever? As much as fans would love to see Bo and Hope back for good, current information suggests that their return may be temporary. Sources close to production have hinted that the couple's reappearance is tied to a specific storyline arc expected to play out over the coming months. However, Days of Our Lives has a history of keeping the door open for beloved characters, and their exit doesn't necessarily mean an end, just a pause. Still, there are compelling reasons to keep Bo and Hope around. First, their presence breathes life into other characters and storylines. Shawn, Ciara, and even extended family like Victor's relatives all benefit from the Brady couple's grounding presence. Second, Salem is in desperate need of anchors, characters who represent the heart and soul of the show. Bo and Hope could easily fill that role again. However, it all depends on how the storyline unfolds and whether actors Peter Reckell and Christian Alfonso are interested in a long-term commitment. Both have expressed a love for the fans and appreciation for their characters, but they've also been open about their desire to pursue other creative avenues. What storylines await them? The current arc hints at a multi-layered storyline involving the Kyriakis' legacy, Bo's biological family. With the passing of Victor Kyriakis, a vacuum has opened at the top of that powerful family tree. Bo, though estranged from Victor for years, now has a reason to confront that heritage. This opens the door for dramatic scenes with characters like Maggie, Xander, and even Alex Kyriakis, who might view Bo's return as a threat to their standing. Meanwhile, Hope's role is likely to lean into emotional support and personal reflection. Having carried the weight of the family while Bo was in a coma, she'll now face the challenges of reintegrating Bo into a world that has changed dramatically. Can their love survive this new reality? Can they find their place again in a town that has moved on? There are also hints of a potential political or justice-related storyline for Hope. As a former police commissioner, her return could trigger investigations into lingering criminal elements in Salem, particularly with rising tensions involving Clyde Weston and others in the underworld. A love story still worth telling at its core, Bo and Hope's return is about more than plot mechanics. It's about reminding audiences of what Days of Our Lives has always stood for: love, loss, sacrifice, and family. Whether their return is permanent or not, their storyline is a gift to the viewers, a chance to reconnect with characters who defined an era and see how time, tragedy, and endurance shape even the most epic love stories. If they stay, they could serve as emotional pillars of the community, guiding younger characters and keeping the show's heart beating strong. If they leave, it will likely be on a high note, leaving behind a message of hope, healing, and the possibility that even after all is lost, something beautiful can still be rebuilt. Conclusion. The door is open, Bo, and Hope's return is not the end. It's a beginning. Whether that beginning lasts weeks, months, or years depends on many factors, both on-screen and off. But for now, Days of Our Lives is leaning into its roots and giving fans what they've longed for. The magic of Bo and Hope, together again. And in Salem, where anything is possible, a goodbye is never truly the end.